Infinite Peace fam, welcome to the Law of Watley, where the truth is spoken. Yo, so something that nobody talks about in this semen retention, celibacy world, like celibacy and semen retention is for Christ energy. It's for Kundalini energy. Kundalini energy, there's a reservoir at the base of your spine, and this fluid, or the cerebral spinal fluid, it circulates through the spine up into the pineal gland, into the brain. And when you hold your seed, you hold your nut, this energy accumulates and it reaches the brain, and you reach Christ consciousness, and you have all these spiritual moments. It's great. It's unbelievable. It's the most amazing experience I've ever experienced in my entire life. It's amazing. You have complete nirvana. You have complete love for life. But what they don't tell you is that when you're in this, you can't. It's really hard to be in the spiritual state for a very long time. For me, it was, I killed my old self. I literally destroyed my old self, became my higher self because I held my seed. I became celibate, and this energy accumulated, right? But what they don't tell you is that after a while, and you come back, you'll fluctuate from your higher self to your lower self. And I was in my higher self for many months, and then you feel a complete disconnection from the third dimensional world, the real world, this world right here. And there was a point where there's like slight depression. And basically what I'm saying is that you will go in and out of these spiritual awakening stages, and you'll be completely happy, completely sad. But what I'm trying to say is that me personally, I've been dealing with massive lust, and that is one of the lowest vibrational energies that anybody can have. Is I've been dealing with just a ridiculous amount of lust, and the way to deal with that, because when you have lust, you're resonating at your lower self at a lower frequency. What you have to do is you have to completely surrender to meditation. You have to meditate. You have to move that blood, that energy up into your brain. So when you're lustful, it's that blood, that energy is resonating at the lowest part where your sexual parts are. And if you don't move that energy, you will feel depression. And I'm learning this currently, and I'm realizing that lust is like the worst thing ever. And that's why I went celibate in the first place, because I was lustful. Basically I had to destroy myself, and I did, and I became super spiritual. And now I'm finding the balance between being very spiritual in the three-dimensional world, my higher, lower self. I'm always in my higher self now that I've reached that level of consciousness, that level of the Kundalini energy spectrum. But what I'm saying is that nobody's talking about how to deal with this massive amount of lust. And what I'm saying is that when you're feeling lustful, you got to get out of that mind state. You have to get out of there as quick as possible, because it will make you a fucking slave. It will make you a slave to your feelings. It'll make you a slave to your passions. It'll make you a slave to women or sexual occurrences, sexual, I don't know what I'm trying to say, sexual, it's going to make you really want sexual intercourse. It's part of our human nature to procreate. And as much as I do want children, and I want a son, and I want a wife, that's not in my current state. That's not in my present moment. I don't have a girlfriend. What I'm trying to do is set myself up for the future so I can procreate. And right now, that lustful energy is terrible. I'm trying to get that out of my life, and I need to meditate as much as possible, and I need to push that blood, that energy, that kundalini energy up into my brain into more of a creative state. And on a final note, what I'm saying is that lust is terrible. Keep working on the kundalini energy. Keep working on yourself, your higher self, loving life, and finding a balance between the spiritual world and the third dimensional world here where everybody else is, because it's tough. It's very, 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 very tough to navigate through the world and to fucking navigate through the world. It's tough to navigate through the world and be this spiritual entity, this spiritual being, this light energy being, and be in the flesh, because we are not our body, we are not our mind, we are the soul that inhabits the body, and not everybody realizes that. So keep working on yourself. I just had to come on here and tell the truth. The Law of Wally always tells the truth. Thank you guys. Peace.